What did this bird bring to the German city of Klutz?
Chlamydia.
Chlamydia?
Chlamydia stalk. That sounds like a desperate man back from a business trip in Holland going, the thing is stalks.
Is that a particular, like, a giant stalk?
I'll show you a picture of it. It's been
in
stuffed
Germany?
and is in a museum.
How big is it, really, then?
Well, it's hard to sell the scale, but stalks are quite big, but that's an arrow through it, or spear, rather. They call it an arrow in German, which is Pfeil, and it's known as the Pfeilstorch, which is just literally arrow stalk. Now, you may say, what's odd about that? Nothing particular. But what they recognised was that the arrow was not German. Indeed, it was not even European. But they recognised straight away that it was African. What on earth would a bird be doing with an African spear in its neck, they thought?
My God.
So they puzzled out the possibility that birds, rather than disappearing at winter...
Oh, went to Africa.
Yes, and
Sorry,
migrated.
are you saying it flew back with that?
Yes. It survived.
No way.
I know, yeah.
That was... I mean, no way.
Yes, it did.
It flew to Germany going, well, I'm never going back there. The worst holiday ever. I find that the survival of that bird, I find extraordinary.
It is, but you hear stories of bullets piercing people's heads without somehow managing to...
Not narrow, travelling the length of its neck.
Somehow managed
through its head.
I know, it is astounding that it flew.
During this
Something's different.
Yeah.
Do you think it was originally from Germany, or it got kind of... It was from England, and somehow... Whoa, we're going right a bit.
It might have slightly tilted to the right. We don't know. It was in 1820.
In the Spanish Inquisition, they used to put people on spikes. They put the spike up your bum hole and right up through you, and it would come out your shoulder, and it would miss all the vital organs, and you'd be alive.
That's not nice.
And then they'd put you out.
But you would...
I'm beginning
come
really
right
to
up
think
there.
less and less of the Spanish Inquisition.
350 years it went on.
No,
I thought it was, you know...
Oh, no.
A couple of weeks.
Then it was safe to go back to Marbella. It wasn't always as torturous as
They did some terrible things.
they did it, but not for 300 years solid.
When it wasn't torturous, what would they do?
Well, they would test your faith, but they wouldn't punish you by...
There was a lot of tickling. It was 100 years where it was mainly Chinese burns. You do believe in God? Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you bloody do.
Anyway, until that time, people had observed birds disappearing, and they'd assumed all kinds of things. That they went underwater, that, you know, they changed into other animals. But there was no particular evidence anyway, except they disappeared. 1820. This was the first kind of clear evidence, as it were, that the bird had been to Africa. And so things began to get put together. Samuel Johnson wrote that swallows certainly sleep in the winter. A number of them conglobulate together by flying round and round, and then all in a heap throw themselves underwater and lie on the bed of the river. Well, that's what he thought, because swallows disappear in the winter, and he assumed they hibernated like other animals. And butterflies, of course, they migrate thousands of miles, but we never see them. Why don't we see butterflies migrate?
They're invisible.
Because they're caterpillars. They migrate as caterpillars. They migrate like super slowly.
Long time to get there.
Yeah, they're very, very hungry. I read a book about it.
And the reason is that they are actually a kilometre up. They're incredibly high.
Are they?
Yeah. It's really astonishing. These fragile, delicate creatures manage to get the height. And then when they're in there, to orient themselves in such a way that they know they're all facing the right direction and get thousands of miles.
Whoa!
Thank you for watching. Do remember to subscribe to the QI channel and click here to watch more videos. Well, please, come on, pick something.